So we had the European Championship in Berlin with Joshua Schmidt. Once again, did it to the top 16 this time.
Yeah.
Josh, tell us. Start.
I played rank 3 Gouki with Dolphin. I lost in top 16 to Trickstar. I went first in game 3 and I used eyesight exchange. And I went for special junk forward, normal Ash, activate exchange. I saw his hand, his only hand trap was impermanence. So I took the impermanence, it was against Trickstar. So I made the full combo, ended on the extra link plus Trigate. And he drew 6 card with Sphere Mode, so that's what I lost to. Otherwise the deck was really good. I went like, I started 7-0, then I was 9-1 guaranteed top, and last round I drew against another Trickstar guy who just thought it was important to slow play when you're guaranteed to top already, so that was that. But alright, so yeah, let's just get into that. So 3 Suprex is staple. I played 3 Twist Cobra. I wanted to play 11 Gookis, and I was playing 2 Headbat all the time, but I was cutting a Headbat because I think in the Invoker version, first of all, you don't need that many Gookis, because even if you don't open a Gooki, you still have a very good chance to just open Invoker. And I just didn't feel like 2 Headbat was necessary, and I think Twist Cobra is better, because Twist Cobra is an actual starter card. While if you start with the 1 Headbat, it's really awkward to combo, because you can't switch Headbat. Then 2 Octo, 1 Headbat, 1 Scorpio, and 1 Euwcq. So that's 11 Gookis, and then you play 3 Junk Forward, and 3 Marauding, together with the 3 Dolphin. So as long as you don't have any, if you don't draw any Gouki, you can still draw any 2 like these together with a Dolphin, or Instant Fusion with a Dolphin, or Dolphin with something that reborns. So there's still a lot of fun. And this card was insane over the whole weekend, especially in game 1, because game 1, the most popular hand traps everywhere are 3 Ash and 3 Lockbird, and this kills all of them. After siding, it's a bit more risky, which is why I took exchange as well. After siding, you can get like impermanence, cherried, and maybe ogred on this if you don't have another extender. So it does become more risky, but overall, even after siding, there's still going to be 3 Ash and 3 Droll in every single deck, and being able to hit them, it just increases your win percentage by quite a lot, I think. And then I played 3 Ash, and I played 3 Droll myself because I expected Gouki to be the best deck and the scariest matchup by far. And they can still save you in like the Trickstar matchup or whatever. Even though if it was just for Trickstar, I wouldn't play the card, because I don't think it's necessary against Trickstar, because Trickstar is such a good matchup already. It's just mainly for the mirror, and it's saved me in the mirror a couple of times when I lost the dice roll, because I only won like 7 dice rolls out of, not 7, like 5 or 6 out of 15 rounds or something, so yeah. And then the 1 Ibli. Then 3 Called by the Grave, 3 Instant Fusion, 2 Rematch, which is a staple by now because of Reincarnation, and also just in grind games against Trickstar. It doesn't even have to be Reincarnation. Just like, it's very common that you are not able to win on the exact same turn where you're going off, because sometimes they have the scapegoats and some hand trap or whatever, so you have to like use your first rematch, make a board, and then you need the next rematch the next turn. It's just way too important. Phoenix Blade, Living Fossil is very good in this version, because you can like Ash them and then Invoker with the Ash, or you can Dolphin, discard any monster, well, discard any level 3, which is this, and then Living Fossil, Invoker. It's pretty good, man. Soul Charge, Reborn, these cards are just insane. I just wanted something, the standard Sky Striker Gouki, it's really consistent. This deck is also really consistent because the Invoker adds a lot to your percentages, but the standard Sky Striker Gouki doesn't even play your Soul Charge, and I think like 90% of the games where you see Soul Charge, you just win. So I really liked it, and Reborn is also really good in grind games. And then there's Rhoda that makes it 40 cards. I was really happy with this list. I don't think I would change a card from the main deck. Oh, okay. Extra deck is very standard. It's 2 Isold, 2 Mermaid, because we're in Europe, we don't have Link Karibo. Our extra Link combo turn 1 is with double Mermaid. It still ends on the normal Trigate with everything you want basically, but it's just 2 Mermaids up there. 2 Goblin, 1 Cerberus, and 1 Phoenix. You need any of them twice to do the combo. I decided to go with Goblin because I think it's the best one to also just make it against, like, if they have a Sky Striker Link, you can just make this and then make another one later on in the combo. Unicorn, Firewall, Trigate, Underclock, Power Load. I've made this once, but this is really just a flex spot because there's no Kagari in here. I decided for this because it would help me out opposing Nightmares, and I think it's alright. And then these two, of course.
For sure.
So the side deck is a little spicy. We played 3 Kadarla because it's an out to the extra link, and it's too big to steal with Dolphin. It's the Kaiju that is too big to steal with Dolphin. So, because the strongest thing they have is Firewall, and this is 27. So what you do is, even if they give you Ibli, you crash Ibli, you summon the Kaiju over the Mermaid that is under over Trigate, and then you start going off in that zone. And when you hit the point where you Firewall bounce 2 cards, you bounce your Ibli from grave and the Kaiju back, then you give them the Kaiju over the Goblin, you continue your combo, and now you can target, so you can make Trigate, banish their Mermaid, and then you can extra link on your own. So, and you end up, you can kill 1 more monster with the Cerberus, and you can shuffle 1 monster with Unicorn, so you actually end up clearing almost the entire board, and you have the extra link yourself, which was really good this weekend. I only drew it once when going second in Mirror, but I just won that game even after he made the full combo. Then I played 2 Ogre. I cut some hand traps to play this, because if you draw this, you basically sometimes, like, you don't need a hand trap theoretically, so I cut down on hand traps a little bit. I played 1 Griffin. I think this is important in the Pendulum matchup. I didn't play any Pendulums, but the problem in the Pendulum matchup is if you go off, you just lose if they Sphere Mode, because they just Sphere Mode, scale, kill you, or like everything you have is gone. But you also can't like make a Soul Day, make 2 and pass, otherwise, because they just kill you. So what I wanted to do in this matchup, what I also tested a lot, and it's really good, is you just end on Firewall plus Griffin, where you reset your rematch and the Firewall can still bounce. So, like, if they have Dragon Shrine, they cannot activate the Dark Worm. If they make Electromite in this zone, they can activate it, but you can bounce it with the Firewall the first time. So, like, it's not 100%. They can probably out the field sometimes, but they will not win because you still have the rematch face down, and you can still interrupt a lot of their things that way. And I think that was really good in testing. And I played 3 Exchange. The card is kind of crazy, but it worked out for me like a couple of times. It was quite amazing actually. I took like the only hand trap out of their hand a couple of times. The craziest thing I did with this was I played in time. It was game 3. I went first against Altergeist, and I was starting my combo, but I didn't have Dolphin. Dolphin is the way to do damage in timeout. So I ended up drawing the Dolphin on my very last draw from Unicorn, and I summoned it, and I was like, oh, what if he has 5 traps? I just lose in time. So what I did is I set all my spells, I activated Exchange, I gave him a monster from my hand, and he showed me his hand, it was actually 5 traps, so I got a trap from him, and then I used Dolphin to take the monster I gave to him out of his hand and give him 500 damage in time. That was the sickest thing ever. But like, overall, I just wanted to win as much as possible whenever I went first, and it really worked out. Like, the only time I actually lost going first was, I think, right now in top 16 game 3, where his 6th card was actually Sphere Mode. But I mean, this card was good in top 16 again, because I took his only hand trap, which was Impermanence, which Dolphin couldn't hit. So yeah, this card was good. What you do is you do have to side out all your hand traps except for Ash, because if you have a hand trap and this, you can't activate it because they just take your hand trap. Yeah. But what you can do with Ash is you can just summon it and make Invoker with it, and that's fine. And you just side it together with Impermanence, because Impermanence you can't set. Yeah. And then I played 3 Twin Twister for Rogue matchups, 1 After, because going second against Pure Striker and Trickstar is just way better than the other equip. Basically, this was Hate Runate all the time, but then I realized this card is almost as good as Hate Runate, so I might as well play this because it helps me with Assault. It gives me a 3rd equip sometimes if I decide to do that. Like, if it's close to time, I'll be able to summon Dolphin with Assault Day. I will be able to summon Twist Cobra with Assault Day in case I open the Octo Stretch. So that was, I liked it. I never actually got to use the effect, but I would play it again. And then the last card is 2 Impermanence, which I think it should have been 3 over like this maybe. But Ogre was really good for me this weekend whenever I drew it, so it was fine. Yeah. That's it.
So do
Pretty
you have
much.
any last words, any shoutouts?
Yeah, I guess shout outs to the team, shout outs to my girlfriend, shout out to my family who I visited this weekend. It was nice. I would have liked to go further, but the 6 card sphere mode was really something I couldn't do anything about, so it's alright. I got lucky on other points at the weekend, like with the exchange in the Dolphin and stuff like that, so it just evens out. And I'm going to Worlds anyway,
yeah.
so it's alright. I'm still happy with it. Yep.
Alright, so also shout out obviously to our sponsor, Monster Protectors.
Yeah.
And go check us out on Cardmarket, E-ManGames and all that kind of stuff. Also feel free to subscribe to us on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook.
Yeah, everything.
And see you guys next time, and thanks for watching.